Oh, yes, sir.
That's one ugly song.
Hi. So today I really wanted to talk about the movie X. Now, yes, I'm very late. This movie's been released a long time ago, probably a few years ago, and I'm just now watching it because I saw Pearl and I wanted to watch it. Like I wanted to watch X by itself, but you know, like when stuff just keeps happening and you just never get to watching something, and so you're like very late. So I wanted to start off by saying somebody lied. You guys lied. X actually was not good for me.
Take that back.
I know for a lot of people it was considered like really great. I did not like it. I don't know why. I just was like, It was kind of unrealistic. Like I know it's supposed to be like a spin, like okay, so the old people are actually the killers and stuff like that. But for me, it just kind of felt a little flat because it was a little unrealistic. It's like those old people were somehow like Michael Myers moving at the speed of light. Like I remember when Pearl ran to the main house and she's talking to the girl. Now mind you, Pearl is a young woman, able-bodied, so she managed to run all the way there. And the old people literally came there like a minute or two later.
Nothing's adding up.
So you want me to believe that these old people finished what they were doing, put their clothes back on, and then shimmy sashay all the way there in like 4 minutes? No. That house was like pretty far from the cabin. So I just don't find that to be realistic at all. And so it kind of ruined the overall, I guess, experience. Also, it kind of sucked for me because I was really looking forward to enjoying the Pearl movie. But now I have to watch that movie with the knowledge that Pearl is, as they say, a sexual deviant. AKA, what's her problem? In the movie, that old lady kept trying to get anybody to touch her. I was like, this is horrific and terrible and so weird. I literally was just like, ooh, okay, get off me. Like, I don't play with nobody like that. I don't care if you 50. I don't care if you 100. You try to do something like that, bam. No, I mean, yes, I would actually. I would. So let me not play with stuff like that. Like that's so serious. And so it's like this old lady, aka Pearl from the new movie. Now I'm like, so Pearl's some weirdo, sick person. Yuck. And I gotta deal with that trying to enjoy this new movie. Honestly, I wasn't even mad at the concept. So these people are trying to film a adult film scene and they go here or whatever, and then these like old people are bothering them. I feel like that actually is really unique. And so it's not like, it's definitely not the worst movie I've ever seen or the worst, you know what I mean, by any means, but I just feel like it just didn't get what I thought it was going to be. But I think it's still like a unique concept. It still is, that classic slasher vibes, and I just think like even the one girl dying from the alligator, yes, that's unrealistic, but in slasher fashion, sometimes everything don't have to make perfect sense. You're probably confused why I'm saying that, even though I'm complaining about the old people, because the old people was like so unrealistic. Like you want me to believe these old people are able to like pick these people up, hang them up, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know about that. They're able to move that fast, and granted, all the ways that they killed people were pretty simple and it didn't require them to use much physical effort, but I just felt like this was so not realistic. And yes, I guess technically it isn't realistic. There's not a lot of old people going around doing this, and I don't know. Another thing that I did like was the relationship dynamic between the girl and the cameraman. I thought that, well, Jenna Ortega's character, I don't know what the name of the character it was, but I thought that was hilarious how all this time he spent saying, oh, it's just this and that or whatever. But then when it came for her to film a scene, now all of a sudden it was like, well, no. Granted, I would break up with them too. I would not be with somebody who, if I'm in an exclusive monogamous relationship with you, and when we got in this relationship, you were not an adult entertainer, I'm not going to be with you when you start, because for me, I'm just not built like that. I can't do it. Somebody else can, but just not for me. And then I also liked how the characters kind of touched on just, sexual content in general, like discussing it, like when they were talking about it, sitting around and, saying how like all these people do it, which is so true, right? We kind of vilify sex workers. In reality, tons of people, the numbers aren't lying, you know what I mean? Somebody's paying to watch this stuff, somebody's paying for it. So I feel like sometimes it is like unrealistic when we act like it's so bizarre or ostracizing to people when they do enjoy it, or when they not just enjoy it, but if they work in that field. Overall, I do feel like it was a good watch. You know what I mean? I think I probably was a little underwhelmed just because I also expected maybe too much from it, or like one of those things where like if you watch something organically and you could be like, wow, this is so good, versus if you watch it because like all these people are like, oh, it's amazing, you gotta watch it, it's so good, and like when you watch it you're kind of like, it's okay. I didn't really get the same energy you had for it, but I mean it did the job. I will say it was 100% worth it to watch this so I can get to Pearl, and that, why are you leaving me? Like, but also now I can't really look at Pearl the same. I almost wish I didn't watch this movie and just watch Pearl, because knowing that Pearl is like, grows up to be some old lady who tries to assault young people, not just kill them. Like, if you're trying to kill folks, okay, fine, people do that, but
What did you just say?
the assault part, I'm just like, girl, I can't get past that. Like, that's just so weird. It's such loser behavior. Who has to do that, But make sure you comment down below how you feel, and make sure to like and subscribe. Bye. Hope you have a great day.
Subscribe.